Yes.
All right. So, welcome to our first class today here at the Three Angel School of Health. So today we will do a little bit review, and then we will deal with a natural remedy. But before we do so, let's have a word of prayer. Father in heaven, we come before you this morning. We are so thankful, Lord, for everything you have done for us, everything you have given to us, Lord. And Father, now as we open your word, as we study some natural remedies, we ask for your grace to be upon us. Be with each and every one of us, Lord. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Before we do the review, I want to emphasize a few things. I know one thing is, ever since Pastor has left, it's a little bit harder to keep order because Pastor had the authority. But let's do our best to stick strictly to the schedule. If class time is at 10, let's be in here 3 minutes ahead of time and not be late. Because we must keep things in order if we want to keep going. And it's for the sake of, even if we have new students coming, we have to keep things in order. I know there's little boys here, little boys have lots of energy, and it sometimes gives problem, but they're here so that we can exercise patience and kindness, and so that we can learn. So one thing I want to emphasize is be here at class time on time, and be the right example in that aspect, because it just throws everything off when someone is late, and we don't want to start without someone, but sometimes we have to do that. All right, before we begin, I just want to briefly go through what Pastor did with us for the sake of Norman. He's here. What Pastor did with us, it's a 3-month school. So for the first month, we strictly studied the Bible. We looked at health principles from the Bible, and we also just studied the Bible in general. The second month was anatomy. We studied the human body, the parts, the systems, the organs, how things worked. And the third month, which would have been October, he wanted to do remedies, just natural remedies, how to deal with certain sickness and disease, but he never got to it because, we all know what happened to Pastor and his wife. So things have changed a little bit, but I do want to deal with a natural remedy. But before we do so, let's go to Psalm chapter 11. Psalm 11. A verse Pastor has often referred to, and I always quote. I just want to review what we went through the last class we did. And what I've been doing is I've just been going through this book, God's Medical Kit by Maimon Wilson. Psalms 11, verse number 3. Psalms 11, verse number 3 says, if the foundations be destroyed, if the what be destroyed? The foundations be destroyed. What can the righteous do? What can the righteous do? Thank you, sister. So, the foundations when it comes to health. What did we learn is the foundation of health when it comes to natural healing? What is the foundation?
God is a healer.
God is the healer, but there's specifically, what is the foundation? What did we say was the foundation last time?
That's maybe you need.
That's the foundation of the human body. But when it comes to natural remedies and natural healing, what is the foundation? On what do we build?
The 8 laws of health.
The 8 laws of health.
Yes.
Pastor has gone over this so many times and we all know it.
Yes.
The 8 laws of health. This is the foundation. The foundation is the 8 laws of health. God's plan. This is God's plan when it comes to health and healing. Number 1, now with New Start, godly trust is, I think, I'm not sure, in the middle somewhere, but sometimes people put godly trust in the end. Godly trust should always be the first one. Stress kills more people than anything else, than the food they eat. It causes much more disease than anything else. Faith, trust in God is the law number 1 when it comes to the 8 laws of health. What's the O stand for, everyone?
Open air.
All right, open air. I want to make sure everyone knows this. Open air What about the D?
Daily exercise.
Daily exercise, okay. And these things are essential if you want to maintain good health.
Do this.
Now this is review, so I'm just reviewing.
Daily essential
You're
exercise.
essential.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I wrote that. That's
Maybe
just.
thinking
It's
about
because you were
oils.
talking.
I'm thinking about. I was using the word. These things are essential.
Ah.
And so I just wrote what was on my mind. But thank you. All right, Sister Johanna, what does the S stand for?
Sunlight.
Sunlight or sunshine, sunlight. I actually prefer sunlight. That's good. Sunlight. Jenna, what does the P stand for? Do you remember?
Plenty of rest.
All right. Plenty of rest. Plenty of rest. Very important. And Orion, the L.
Lots of water.
Good. You guys are remembering. Good. It took me a little while to remember all these. Lots of water. This is how to keep clean. Having the Holy Spirit within. Lots of water. And the A, Tina.
I don't know why. This is the only one that I don't remember.
All right. You don't remember this one? Johanna?
Always tempered.
Oh,
Good.
thank you. Yes,
Good.
That's right.
Always temperate. And what is the definition of temperance, everyone?
Those things that are good with moderation, and those things which are bad, not at all.
Good. Because many people will say temperance means you can still drink alcohol just in temperance. Which is not true. If it's bad, temperance means you avoid it completely. You abstain from it. And the good things you use with temperance. And the N stands for everyone together?
Nutrition.
Nutrition. So I'm just reviewing what we went through the last class when I was here when Pastor left. So this is the foundation of natural healing and natural remedies. This is the foundation. If you knew just this, you could help so many people.
That's right.
If you can get people just simply to line up with these 8 laws, people will get better. The body will start healing itself. In most cases. Some cases you might need something else. And these 8 laws are the foundations. And remember what the Bible says, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The whole building collapses when the foundation is destroyed. And these 8 laws are also how you can see what is wrong with a person. If a person has some kind of sickness or disease, all you have to ask them, just give them a survey. Give them a survey, ask them about each of these, what they do, how much they do, or observe their lifestyle, and you will immediately know it always stems from breaking one of these natural laws. These are also God's, what did we say were these? God's 8 what?
Doctors.
8 doctors, and also what did we call them? Detectives.
Okay.
These are God's 8 detectives, or doctors, which is good. It's also doctors.
DET.
D-E-C.
No, not
Oh, sorry. That's my writing is off. Sorry about that. You're so right. Thank you so much. These are God's 8 detectives, and also His 8 doctors. All right, we're reviewing here. So this is the foundation when it comes to health and healing, and we went through this. And does everyone have their paper?
Yes.
This paper, I'm going to give you one, brother. Do you have a pencil, brother?
And Sister Kathy needs one
I'm
too.
gonna- yeah.
Okay. I have some extra here, so I can give them to you. All right, that's a pen. I'll give you a pencil. We have plenty of pencils. And I'm not gonna go through all of it. The stuff I'm just gonna briefly go through it. You have one, right? All right, you can give it to Kathy. All right. Do you have a pencil, Kathy?
Yes, I have pens and pencils, thank you.
Okay. Here, brother. One pencil. All right. So we went through the first part already. I'm just briefly going to tell you. I'm simply gonna tell you the answers. if you look at the paper, the first question was, what's the first question, everyone?
What is a medical missionary?
Can someone give me a good, proper answer?
I have one who cooperates with God by using his simple remedies.
All right, all right.
Genesis 1 verse, Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 helps to
All right.
highlight that.
So the answer to the first question is simply, it is someone who cooperates with God by using his simple remedies. And you can see that all throughout the Bible. What are the 8 doctors? Question number 2, this is just review, this is just for catch-up for those who weren't here last time. The 8 doctors are on the board. This is the foundation. I'm going to give you a little bit of time for those who weren't here.
Thank you.
A few minutes.
Yes, I got that.
All right. So the third question is what we're going to talk about. So there was one thing when it came to healing. Now, sickness and disease is always a result of breaking the laws of God, whether it be his moral law or his natural law. Whether it be stress, it's always a result of breaking the natural laws of God. But when it comes to healing, now the main thing is bringing people back into harmony with this, which sometimes takes a conversion experience. But there's one thing when it comes to healing that you have to add to this. And it's just like the Old and the New Testament. And what was it for those of you who were last time? Sister Johanna, do you remember? Do you remember what we added to this? Another aspect, what the first building block upon this when it came to restoring health? Do you remember what it was? You don't remember, do you?
An antidote.
All right.
Which is in simple plans.
All right. So what God has also given when it comes to restoring health is an antidote. And these antidotes, they are found in what kind of plants? Simple plants. This answers the question to question number 3. And I got it from this book. Sister Kathy, are you familiar with Maimon Wilson?
I definitely the name,
Okay.
but I don't have his book.
Okay, this is God's Medical Kit, and this is all from that book. Some of it is photocopied. I just went through the first part of that book. So, another thing, the one thing that you want to add to when it comes to healing and restoring health to the 8 laws is an antidote. And these antidotes are found in simple plants. What kind of plants? Simple plants. God has provided an antidote in simple plants is the answer to question number 3. God has provided an antidote in simple plants. So God has given an antidote to assist the 8 doctors. They are to assist them, not to replace them, but to help the 8 doctors in removing the disease that have been set in. And many people, they emphasize the 8 doctors, which is good. But when it comes to healing, both are needed. Like the Old and the New Testament, they're both needed to make a picture full. And if we understand the true balance between using the antidote, which were herbs, and the 8 laws, we're not going to use drugs anymore. Drugs are unnecessary when it comes to healing. Unless I believe in using drugs only to save a life, but not to heal anyone. Drugs do not heal anyone.
How could drugs save a life?
They can,
You mean the pills that people take?
sometimes, they can
I
keep
think
someone
drugs-
alive.
I take drugs.
You do? Oh boy. Alright, so
Me too.
one thing I want to focus on, write down this quotation just beside question number 3. It is Desire of Ages, I believe. Yes, Desire of Ages, page 822 to 823. And also Selected Messages, book 2, page 289.
What was the first one you just
just said?
Desire of Ages 822 and 823. What these quotations say, I'm going to read the Selected Messages,
So, Selected Messages book.
Book 2, page 289. It says, "For God has provided an antidote for disease in simple plants." But not only this, it says, Desire of Ages says, God often uses the simplest means to accomplish the greatest result. A lot of times, doing natural remedies, going back to the 8 laws of health, is humbling. It's humbling because it's so simple, and you ask yourself, how can this cure me?
Naaman.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind. Naaman. Naaman was stricken with leprosy, and he came to Elisha, and Elisha told him what?
Go wash in the River Jordan.
Simply wash yourself in Jordan. Go take a bath. Do some hydrotherapy.
Not even Elijah came himself though.
No. Sister Johanna, you have a question?
Yes. What was the next one you said?
Selected Messages, Book 2, page 289. So God uses the simplest things to accomplish the greatest results. And this is even in the spiritual realm. The Bible says in the book of 1 Corinthians that He uses the foolish things of this world to do what?
Confound the wise.
To confound the wise. He uses the simple, foolish things that we despise as humans, or we're too prideful to acknowledge them.
Where's that scripture found?
All right, it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, I believe. We can quickly look it up.
And do you remember, I know in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
people practice this, it's like mostly older people too, like when they have a sore
Mm-hmm.
on their leg,
Yes?
they let the dog lick it.
Ah,
And the dog has a thing in the saliva that helps.
I believe that's probably true that it has something in the saliva, but the dog has too much bacteria on it due to what you eat. I would rather use human saliva. Use your own saliva. It actually has healing properties. I would rather use your own saliva. That's why Jesus spit in the clay and to make a poultice and put it on man's eyes. I'm serious. So it is 1 Corinthians, actually it's chapter 1, verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. It's 1 Corinthians 1:27. All right. So we mentioned Naaman. It was something simple, and he was too prideful to do it. But he did it, and it worked. So it is simple things that accomplish the greatest things. Now, one last thing before I move on. It is the simple things that accomplish the greatest things. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Remember Moses at the burning bush?
Yes.
And Moses was saying, Lord, I'm not fit to do this work. What did God say to him? What do you have in your hand?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you have in your hand? I went through this in the first class. God is not dependent upon certain plants to heal you. The question is all over the Old Testament and including the New. You always see Jesus, the disciples, the prophets, they always used what they had. God always often asked the question, Amos or Zechariah, what seest thou? And they would say what they saw. So when it comes to healing disease, just look around you. There might be a little bit of grass, but do it by faith. There might be something you're not familiar with, but it can work to heal that person. Just any natural thing. But if you walk in the Spirit, God will reveal these things to you. So don't be dependent upon a certain remedy or upon a certain book or format. Go ahead, Sister Kathy.
In California, where there's poison oak, if people have allergies or allergic to poison oak, there's usually manzanita, the manzanita bush, and you can boil the manzanita leaves, and
really?
takes care of the poison oak, and they're always close together.
Really?
Yeah,
You see, it's just
God is
something
good.
simple. It's just what seest thou. It's just
Yeah.
what's around you.
exactly.
You can use whatever is around you, exactly. So question number 4, after this, we started talking about skin diseases, specifically acne. And skin disease is simply a result of it reveals a problem that is internal. The skin is the largest how do you say it?
Eliminating.
Organ. So this is where all the symptoms will appear.
Toxins.
All the toxins will want to come out of the skin. So if you have trouble with your skin, don't just treat your skin. It is a sign of an internal problem. You have to cleanse yourself from the inside, not just your skin. So go with me to the book of Isaiah and chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 3. Skin will reveal what is Isaiah chapter 3. And verse number 9. Or is it verse number 9? Let me check here. Starting from verse 9. We can start from verse 9. Isaiah 3 verse 9. I'm looking here for a specific verse. Is it Isaiah 3 9? Where's that verse where it says the show of the countenance does betray you?
9, verse 9. 3 verse 9.
The
3 verse
show
9?
us- Yeah, their
Oh,
countenance.
sorry, I'm not in Isaiah, that's why. That makes sense. Yes, exactly. Alright, yes. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse number 9. And notice what it says in Isaiah 3 verse 9. Starting from verse 8, it's talking about Jerusalem. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. So Jerusalem has been destroyed, and it is fallen because their tongues and their doings are against the Lord. Why is it fallen? It is because you have turned your back on God to provoke the eyes of his glory. The show of your what, everyone? Countenance doth witness against thee, and they declare their sin as Sodom, and they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So the countenance, what appears on the outside, reveals what is on the inside. Now, what do Sodomites have a problem with?
Pride.
Fullness of bread. Pride.
True, but what kind of disease do they reap? Because the Bible says they receive the recompense in themselves. It's AIDS. AIDS are primarily all over homosexual, and when a person has AIDS, you can see it on their skin. The skin reveals what is on the inside. The skin can sometimes reveal what you lack, your deficiencies. Look at their mouth. It reveals what the person lacks, and it reveals what kind of sin sometimes even they have been harboring. It is the skin where all the symptoms appear. So the skin is not necessarily the problem. So skin disease is a manifestation, and this I believe is question number 4. What does acne tell us about the state of the body? They are internal issue. You are filled with excess toxins. Internal issues. The skin will reveal these things to you. It is a manifestation of internal health issues, excess waste. Alright, now nowadays, we don't treat our skin too well. We are all about beauty. And we learned from the last class, the worst thing you can do to your skin is use makeup. Use things like makeup, cosmetics, toiletries, and a poor diet. They all affect your skin. And that's the answer to question number 5. Name some things that clog the skin. I'm not reading it out of the book. I found it in the book. So things that clog the skin are like toiletries, makeup, cosmetics, and a poor diet.
And they hinder the free flow,
Flow of the blood?
No, the elimination of the pores. How do you say that?
Yeah, they hinder.
They clog up the pores.
Yeah, they clog up the pores. That's what they do. That's what the makeup does. It clogs up the pores, actually. Go ahead, Sister Kathy.
I have a quick story that goes with the last one before we go too far regarding the acne.
All right, go ahead.
There was a father, he had 2 daughters, and they sat at the same table, and this guest was observing, and one had acne and the other one did not. And after they left the table, the guest asked the father, why does one of your daughters have so much acne and the other one doesn't? And he goes, if you notice, the one that chews very well her food
Really?
does not have acne. The one that rushed through her meal and left the table early is the one with the acne.
Oh Lord, that's a good observation, because now I'm examining myself.
Because see, we get the toxins from undigested food. That's
Ah.
one of the ways we
Oh,
get
Lord.
toxins. And
Yeah, that is
so
one of
if
the
we're
ways.
not chewing our food properly and slowly, then there's gonna be more toxins to come out.
So, so I shouldn't be embarrassed if I'm the last one sitting at the table.
Not as often.
All right, all right.
I know I did a research when I was in New York,
Mhm,
and Pastor Henriquez talks about it, self-abuse,
mhm.
it causes,
Acne.
acne breakout,
Yes, and
and it messes with your brain cells too.
it messes with your brain cells. It forms, yeah. It also, you lose essential minerals. That's what you lose. And yes, if you do it too much, there came this news article once out. This person overdid it, and he actually died from it because his body was just depleted of minerals. That's it. All right. So question number 5. Some of the things are toiletries, makeup, cosmetics, and poor diet. As a sister mentioned, not chewing your food enough. Question number 6, define auto-intoxication. And auto-intoxication is simply you are drunk with excess toxins. The answer to question 6 is simply drunk with excess toxins. It's just like drinking alcohol and you become intoxicated. You are intoxicated with toxins because you are not letting and cleansing your body.
Another word for it is toxemia, right?
Yes, toxemia is another word for auto-intoxication. So now skin disease, we just dealt with auto-intoxications, which means you are drunk with excess toxins, and skin disease is simply a symptom of auto-intoxication. That's it. It's simply toxins seeking to come out but not being able to. And so they push themselves out one way or the other. Alright, so now we're going to get back to where we left off at question number 7. And this is where everyone is going to have learned something new today. We're going to we're going to look at a natural remedy today on how to aid the body in cleansing your body from toxins and releasing those toxins. And this natural remedy, let me erase, I can erase all this. Everyone is finished with this, I'm assuming?
Yes.
You finished, brother? Alright. Alright, let me erase this. And how many of you have your natural remedy notebook here?
Aye.
Alright, I would recommend you writing some of these things down. And I'm going to give one to Brother Norman after class, and I'll help him write this one remedy down, and we'll give him some more remedies in the future that we can write down.
I'm gonna get 2.
All right, go ahead.
Kathleen needs 1 too.
All right, so I'll
I have
We'll deal
one
with that.
right here that I'm not using.
what that you're not using. It's a brand new one.
Yes.
She's getting 2 already, so
Okay.
just keep it. All right, so as we said, skin disease, specifically acne, is a result of auto-intoxication. So now we're going to look at a natural remedy as to how we can,
Natural
Thank you.
remedy.
I would actually prefer giving them another one. There was the other stack.
The big one?
With that
But
one.
it's different, I didn't see, you can double check, because I didn't see that one.
It's not different, it's the same color.
I think this one.
It's a
Alright.
sticker, and that's the reason I didn't take it out.
Okay, yeah, I would prefer that one.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, this one is different. This is- oh, you do.
Yeah, use this one. And I would simply entitle this notebook Natural Remedies. Natural Remedies. All right, O'Shane and Lorraine, I might need your help today. We'll see. All right, Natural Remedies.
You get a book?
No, it was the same blue one.
And in this book, we're simply going to deal with certain sicknesses and remedies. That's it. That's what the book is for. So the natural remedy that we're going to look at that aids the body is called a salt globe. Now there are some other ways, there are various ways you can do this and things you can use. We're just going to look at a very simple way on how to do it. A salt glow. So this remedy, the purpose of this salt glow, it is to help get rid of toxins from your body. It opens the pores. That's the main purpose of it. The purpose of the salt glow is going to help get rid of the toxins of the body. It's going to help open the pores. You have a question, brother?
Yes. And do you need the salt glow?
Yes.
That thing, if you just put it in the air, I'm saying, if you just put it somewhere, it's just gonna, like, spread around the place and it keeps away sickness.
No, this is going to be a different salt glow. This is going to be a remedy. He's thinking about a salt lamp. But I understand. So, what is toxins a symbol of, as we looked yesterday?
Sin, fat.
Sin, fat. Now, when we don't let sin out, how can we aid sin from coming out of our system?
How can we aid sin
To come out of our system?
to come out of our
It's
system?
by surrendering.
That's right.
Simply surrendering to Christ, and Christ will do the rest.
Aid.
You can aid him. Jesus said, "Let this mind be in you."
No, I think the question is where.
Yeah,
you're
right. All right. Now, to do the salt glow, you don't necessarily use salt, and I'm going to go over this a little bit. You don't need to have salt. All you need to have is anything. You can use sand or any abrasive type of stuff that will soak up a little bit of water. Any abrasive stuff, but Epsom salt, I believe, is the best. Now, I haven't done this. I'm just learning too, so we will all learn as we grow. So you can use anything that is abrasive. Epsom salt is probably the best, but you can use any type. And like I said, the purpose of it is to open the pores, to release toxins and waste that are trapped in. And what this also does, another benefit of the salt glow is it stimulates the lymphatic system. How many here know what the lymphatic system is? Only Kathy? You've heard about the lymphatic system?
The lymph nodes,
The lymph nodes. Do you know the purpose of the lymphatic system?
waste.
Drainage.
Drainage. Oh, good. So,
Waste.
you know some of these things already. All right. Do you remember, Tina?
I wasn't here for that class, but
You
I
weren't here?
remember Pastor talking about it
Right.
after once he mentioned the lymphatic.
The lymphatic system is actually part of your immune system. Its purpose is to take waste and toxins and carry it out. Take it from the bloodstream and carry it out. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I need to do more. Sister Kathy would probably know more.
I know that they do lymph drainage to
Yes.
help drain when the toxins aren't moving out.
Yes.
Sister Victoria, who was with us helping out because my husband's system was shutting down,
Mm-hmm.
and she did lymph drainage, and so she
Right.
was teaching me how to do the lymph drainage. She had been taught in the class.
Okay. So lymph drainage is actually quite important, but the interesting thing about the lymphatic system is it has no pump. It has no pump. The only way you get the fluid moving is by exercise,
Yes.
by doing things, or by pressing it. That's the only way.
Yes.
That's the only way you can get the fluid moving, and that fluid is essential. You have to move it.
The trampoline is excellent. For the rebounder, the trampoline.
Oh, really?
When you're bouncing up and down, that helps the whole lymph system.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So, my sister can tell you, I spent a lot of time on the trampoline when I was younger.
Wonderful.
All right, so it stimulates the lymphatic system, and the reason why is because you're going to rub it. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that a little later. I'm not going to go into too much detail. And the lymphatic system is responsible for filtering toxins from the bloodstream. And what we are trying to do with the salt glow, and I'm going to tell you how to do it soon, what we're trying to do is simply move the circulation of everything, the blood and the lymphatic system, everything, move the circulation and get greater blood flow to the surface, which will release the heat that is trapped in the pores. Have you ever, when you're kind of sick, suddenly just felt hot, just really hot in a certain area? It's because toxins want to come out. That's why. That's why you feel suddenly just hot. And I know I've experienced that. And as the heat gets released, it brings the toxins with it. That's what it does. And that's the purpose of the salt glow. That's why you can use the salt glow for almost any disease or sickness. And it's even just good to do it, say, once or twice a month. Or when you're on a cleansing program, the salt glow is good. It just aids the body in cleansing the system. So, and as the heat comes out of the system, it will bring the toxins with it, and it simply increases the circulation in every aspect, blood and lymphatic. It will increase your circulation. All right, so what you simply need for the salt glow is simply some kind of abrasive material. Epsom salt is all you need. And I'm going to show you some videos a little later, is Epsom salt, and you need a little bit of water. That's it. Now, you can use, instead of water, you can use certain oil, if you would like. People, I've watched a video, people sometimes use oil, and they even put some kind of smell, you know, what do they call it?
Essential oil?
Yeah, essential oil, yeah, something with a good smell that is not harmful. You can even put some of that in there, that way just the body smells good afterwards. So something natural I would prefer. So how to prepare the salt glow? It's very simple. Some people do it slightly differently, but all you need 2 to 5, anywhere between 2 to 5 tablespoons of salt in a bowl.
So you have the
What's that?
measuring cup and the spoons.
Yes, this is about a tablespoon, right? Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, you do? Oh, yes.
The numbers are on it, but
Okay.
the camera is not picking up what you're doing, so.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, all you need is about 2 tablespoons of salt. And I just want to demonstrate, because like I said,
I can't see if you're
all right,
standing.
boys, please sit down, okay?
His breathing.
Thank you.
His breathing?
Yeah,
Did you take your medications?
I don't have to take it.
but he's not breathing correct.
All right. Do what you gotta do. Call your mommy if you need, okay?
Feel better.
All right. So all you need is 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt. Now, of course, sometimes you will need more, but I just want to demonstrate because I want to try it myself. I'm learning with all of you. I've never done this before. 2 to 5 tablespoons of salt, and it depends on how big the person is or how large an area you want to cover. And like I said, you can add oil or water, but it's just enough to moisten the salt. It's very simple. Now I'm going to try. You don't want it liquidly, but I'm going to try. Like I said, this is my first time. I'm going to try a little bit. I probably put in a little bit too much, but I can add some more salt if needed. Yeah, this is too much water. And the water is cold, so I'm going to add some more salt. No, that's fine.
Take it over the oven if you want.
Okay, thank you.
What?
All right, I'm just going to add some salt since this is too much water. Yes, I'm not going to do my face. I'm just going to, yes, I realize it. All right. It really soaks up the water. You really need just a very little bit of water, I realize. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more.
How many people, how much do you think there were people in the
2 to 5.
2 to 5 tablespoons.
That's about 5 now, or 6?
No, this is probably 4 now. I didn't do complete. And this is probably about 5. All right. There we go. This is good. All right. So if you want to see what this looks like, it's just wet salt. Pass this around, brother. Just pass it to the people, okay? You can feel it, touch it. That's all you need. And I'm gonna show you some videos and demonstrations a little later. But it's that simple. It's so simple. And like I said, it doesn't have to be salt. It can be any type of salt, and it doesn't have to be salt.
Epsom salt says have a draw-in.
Epsom salt has a drawing effect?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I heard. So does anything else have a drying effect that you know of? Does, like regular
Yes, it-
salt,
Oh,
Himalayan salt does too.
it does?
yeah.
But there's probably certain salt that is stronger than others. Here, brother.
That's right.
Here, brother. So Epsom salt would probably be one of the best. So what you want to do is put water in this. You put a little salt, water, you know, just make a simple solution like this. And then all you start doing, I'm just simply going to demonstrate on my arm. Let me, all right. All you do is you just take a little bit. Now, it's best, like,
Do you want a paper towel? Like under.
No, I'm just gonna- well, yeah, we can do that. Just take a little. Now, it's probably not right to do it on yourself because you want the person to relax. Be very relaxed as you do it. But if you do it on someone, all you simply do is you just rub the salt, and you just rub it. Rub them all over like this.
And rub up towards the heart.
Right, that's another important thing. You always want to rub up towards the heart because that's the way the fluid is going, the lymphatic fluid and everything. That's the way it's going. And that's all it do. Now I probably should add a little bit more water because you can see it's not staying. So I probably have a little bit too much salt.
Well, the thing is, it's not really going to stay, but
No, it's not, but it should be kind of in balls.
Mhm.
So I probably need a little bit more water in this. I probably added a little bit too much salt. But that's all it is. And then you just rub all over the body and it opens the pores. That's what it does. I'm gonna try to add a little bit more water and try it again. And generally you want to do this like all over the whole body, the legs, the arms, the back, the chest, and the stomach. This is
Like
probably
a
a
lotion
little
or
bit wetter.
Like
Yeah, see, this is wetter.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, this is probably better. It's wetter.
Orion said like when you're lotioning, putting moisture on your body.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you just simply rub it, and
You feel it
you
staying
can
on
see
you
the
kinda?
red.
yeah, you can see the redness already. It might be because of the scratching, but it's supposed to get slightly red. It means the blood is coming up. That's what it means. Yeah, see, adding a little bit water, this does more because it stays on your hand. It sticks more. So you want a little bit more water than what I showed you. But that's good. And I can feel it will be very comfortable. Very comfortable. And like I said, like the sister mentioned, you always want to rub or stroke toward the heart. So if it's your arm, stroke up. You can rub down, but always press up, because you want the fluid and everything to go up. The legs, always up, toward the heart.
How about your face though?
I'm going to show you a video on that one soon.
Okay.
So always toward up. And your face, I mean, it's not, I don't think you have much lymphatic fluid in your face. So it's not that, doesn't matter that much. Now, one caution is if you're doing this to someone, now, like Pastor said, can you please sit down, brother? Thank you, brother. Like Pastor said, we don't have patience. We're not doctors. We don't have degrees. We just help people. But whoever your partner is, know your partner. Some people are sensitive. Their skin is sensitive, and you don't want to hurt them. You want to know their comfort zone, so you don't want to talk to them, communicate with them while you're doing this.
Well, you don't want to do that?
What's that?
You don't want to break
You
your
don't
skin,
want to communicate with
You
them?
do want to. You want
Yeah,
to.
because that's what I
Okay,
heard.
okay. No, sorry. That's my bad. Maybe I said that. But you want to communicate with your partner as you do this, and let them know how hard you should press or stroke. Sometimes longer strokes are better. Sometimes you just rub their skin with salt. Is good, which is what you're gonna see in the video. And just know people. While other people, they want to massage in the process, so you can press and rub, which also would be good. Now, don't press too hard, but yes. And as Ellen White says, can you turn on the projector? As Ellen White says, when it comes to this, especially this treatment, I'm going to show you how you can do it, but you have to consider modesty, and men with men and women with women. And that is very important. Now I'm gonna show you a few videos as soon as the projector gets going, and then we can end the class. So the answer to question 7 is one way to open up the pores is a what, everyone?
Salt glow.
A salt glow. It stimulates what?
The circulation.
And it actually removes, now I didn't cover this, it even removes lactic acid that is trapped in the muscle. It will remove lactic acid that is trapped in the muscle.
What is lactic acid?
Kathy, you would probably know better than me.
Is a product.
Or you could
of
just type it
exercise.
in and you'll
Yeah.
see lactic acid.
Yeah, I could, I could
What we
research
covered
it.
last time, it's a product of exercise. So that's
Yeah.
what you get when you exercise too.
Yes. Alright, so I want to show you a few.
Did you look at these before?
Yes, I did. Don't worry about that. So I want you to watch this video and consider how they do it when it comes to modesty. Okay, how can I plug in the speaker to this?
I know.
You know how?
Pass the sugar.
Here, I think it's just this one here. I got it. Is it this one?
I think so.
You think so? No. Let's try that. No, it doesn't do the trick. How? Alright, that's fine. Can everyone hear?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
And if you miss some words,
Can you make the screen big?
yes, I'm going to make it big. But I want to see if I can. What exactly needs to be done here? You know how, brother?
Pass the sugar one time.
You showed me one time. This cord
Is
plugged
that
in.
plugged in? The speaker, is it plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in. The speaker is on.
The speaker is on.
Yeah, because the light is on.
When you plugged it into the computer, is it where it shows the headphones?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Right. Let me put up the volume as far as possible. Can you see? Can you hear it?
For the people who are watching.
What should I do?
You can't hear it.
You can't hear?
No.
Call Brother Enoch.
Alright, I'm gonna see if Enoch is available. I'll be right back. See, you see, if the salt is wet, it sticks more. And I think that's how it ought to be.
Right, because if it sticks, then it's gonna be dry.
Right.
If it doesn't stick, then you just massage the skin.
Right, exactly. So Enoch is gonna be here soon. I'm gonna wait to show the videos just wait till he comes back because I want everyone to get this. One thing you want to do before you do ever any treatment is always pray with the person. Pray with the person first because they have to know and understand that it is not you, but it is God who is doing the healing. And it is by faith. Sometimes, when it comes to natural remedies, and you move by faith, that plant or whatever you use might not even be specifically for that disease. But if you do it by faith, the Lord is just going to do what needs to be done. That's it. And something will happen. Just have faith. That's very important.
Only that on the table, okay?
Yeah, please have a seat, okay?
Thank you.
Wait, I'm gonna wait till Pastor Enoch comes here.
I
Yes.
watched a presentation
Uh-huh.
by Edwin Noyes,
Mm-hmm.
and yesterday I mentioned this, but when we do natural remedies and things like that, we have to be so careful because a lot of times it's easy to go over into spiritualism.
Yes, I fully
So,
understand
I
that.
like what you said, whenever we're gonna do something, we invite the presence of the Holy
Yes.
Spirit to be there with us.
Do you know how to hook up the
Ministry
speaker?
of Healing says, sir.
Hook up the speaker to the laptop. I want to show a few videos.
The speaker today?
No, the speaker to the lap.
Oh, you have a speaker here.
Yeah,
Wow. Well, it's on.
yeah, it's on,
Plug
the
it
light is
in.
on and everything.
But it's plugged in here. Oh yeah, then I know how to do that.
Yeah, okay, praise the Lord. That would be
I was
so
in
helpful.
trouble with me.
So you go right here. Oh, you're
Go where?
right here, but your right button doesn't work.
Does it?
No.
Can you just click by doing that?
No, because it's gonna do something else. But you can go here, go to sounds.
Oh boy. Now, I grew up as a Mennonite. I'm not a technology person, but I'm willing to learn.
Manage audio devices.
Okay.
And then if you test it, usually maybe it'll be that one.
Okay.
No.
Let's just
I wish it didn't just exit out. Sorry guys. How's class one going?
is it really. How's Classman going?
Good question.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
I think they all enjoyed it. And I did too. I was actually learning in the process too. So
Let's unplug this. This is where we can find out.
okay.
Can you plug that into the right one?
I'm not sure. Is it?
There's two of them.
The one is broken. Looks like it.
Yeah, but I think that's the one we need.
Yeah.
The one that's broken has an icon of headphones.
Oh
That's-
really?
Yeah, that's what we need.
How did Pastor do it then? I guess he had a different laptop.
You did?
Yeah, he had his
Yeah.
own laptop.
He had it plugged into a microphone. Isn't this is his laptop, isn't it?
Actually,
his-
oh,
he
he
has
had
two.
two. Yes, his wife also had one, and he left this one.
Yeah, brother. You're right, that is broken.
Let me.
But hold on. Yours doesn't have an HDMI cord, that won't work.
Oh.
We can use mine.
Alright. The Bible says, "Here is the patience of the saints."
Amen.
Are they?
That keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. So thank you for your patience. For those of us who were here, we all know that I came here as a student as well. So we're learning together.
Yes.
I'm going to show you these two videos and then we're going to end this class.
So I googled pectin.
Pectin?
I mean,
I was wondering, what do you want with pectin? Lactic acid?
lactic acid.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
And it says intense exercise. When you exercise, your body uses oxygen to break down glucose for energy.
The top one.
During intense exercise, there may not be enough oxygen available to complete the process, so a substance called lactate is made.
Is that working? Yeah, that's working.
That's what it is.
Okay, just put it on here. Alright, so I want everyone to watch this video. They're going to do a demonstration. They might do things slightly different than what I have been sharing with you, but I think it was very helpful for me. I'm going to show you two videos.
The salt glow is a tonic measure of high value and a very pleasant treatment if given properly. It is a special massage that stimulates an intense circulatory reaction for the whole body. The items that we'll be using for this treatment is a dish of salt, a spit
So items is simply two cups table salt moistened in a quart-sized container, 1 quart-sized container with warm water, 2 sheets if using a bed or massage table, or 1 if standing or sitting, and 1 towel. That's all you need.
Nick has had a hot shower to prepare him for this treatment. We're ready to start.
Did everyone get that?
He had a
Does
hot
that need to
shower.
be turned up?
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's coming through the projector actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. He had a hot shower to prepare him for his treatment. What does a hot shower do?
Open up the pores.
It opens up the pores.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know. Yeah, it's coming through now. We just turn it up.
We will begin. We're going to start with a hand.
You can all hear that better?
Down the arm.
Okay.
Okay.
Here,
Just
back it
pause.
up a
Yeah,
little
back it up.
Blade. I've explained the procedure.
Alright, please make no noise. I want everyone to hear, okay? Have a seat, Johanna. No noise, no creaking of the chair. Thank you. Alright, I want everyone to hear.
Completely to him. And now we will begin. We're going to start with a hand working down the arm.
So notice they have them covered.
We're going to dampen the skin.
Takes the salt and he does.
And then salt him from his hands all the way down to his shoulders. Being careful not to rub too hard on the inside of his arms. Nick, you let us know if that's scratching you too hard in any place. This is a wonderful treatment for exfoliating the skin, the inactive skin that's not sweating. It's a very good treatment for the circulation. We've done that arm, we're going to do the other arm, and then we're going to show you the legs.
Alright, here's some uses of it. 1. Chronic illness of any kind. Diabetes, cardiac insufficiency, cancer, hypertension, indigestion. Why is this treatment good for these things? Because it stimulates the circulatory system with the lymphatic system. And these things, chronic illness and diabetes, cardiac insufficiency, cancer, hypertension, and indigestion, they are all connected one way or the other to your circulatory system. It's a stimulant for muscles, nerves, and skin, specifically the central nervous system. Let me read what this book says here. This book here says, it is very relaxing, it has a good therapeutic effect on the central nervous system. It really feels wonderful. Out of all the different treatments, I've really appreciated the salt glow. In a sense, it is really similar to what a good massage would do. It relaxes tired, achy muscles. It actually removes a lot of lactic acid that is trapped in the muscles. It's very wonderful. Write those things down if you wish. Now, those of you who were here, Sister Johanna, do you remember what the central nervous system is composed of? Sister Tina?
I wasn't here,
The
but I was
brain,
there,
the
like
eyes, the
neurons,
nose.
the brain, and
Okay, good, good.
the central.
The central nervous system is your brain and your spine. Your brain and your spine. So it's really good for the nervous system. It's even good for depression. I was actually thinking about this even before this class.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it produces, what's that word?
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
It's like better feelings of well-being.
Okay. Exfoliation of skin. What does the term exfoliation mean? Does someone have a dictionary?
Exfoliation is like
Rubbing
in
in dead
Okay.
cells.
Yes, it moves dead skin cells, it removes waste, and as we said, it opens up the pores. For feeble persons, it strengthens and improves endurance. This is a really good treatment for almost anyone.
We're moving down to the leg now.
We'll be starting with the foot and working up to the hip.
I want you guys to notice, I mentioned modesty is important when it comes to natural remedies, men with men, women with women, or if you have a spouse, that's one thing. But notice how they keep it modest. They have a towel over him, and they're only exposing what needs to be exposed.
This is a treatment that we use a lot for diabetics and for hypertensive people also. It's a very good treatment for feeble people, for somebody that's has low endurance or is weak.
Looks like an old video.
And
How does that feel? Starting to turn pink. It's very good.
So it's starting to turn pink. It's very good. It means the blood is coming to the surface and it's releasing toxins. Now one thing is, as you can see, he's rubbing it, which is good because you want friction on the skin. You want to heat the salt, which is good, but you also can do long strokes and just rapid, just to have friction on the skin. If the person wants that kind of like a massage, you can do that.
Good. We'll do the other leg, and then we're going to show you what the back looks like then.
Some special notes: by moistening the salt with ice cold water, the effect produced will be intensified. Some people don't like cold, you might not be able to do that. But if the person says it makes it more effective.
And cold water is used to close the pores, so probably you open, like you do it
That's why they
the
go
first
Right.
part, and then
And
like
some-
towards the
yeah.
end, you could use the cold water to close back the pores.
Right. So the more vigorous the friction massage is given, the more intense the reaction. That's why you can see him rubbing like this, which is good. It is part of it. Shampooing the hair is a very nice additional to this therapy. Okay. So you,
We've done next arms, his legs, his chest, and his stomach. Now we've moved on to his back. We'll show you that.
he moistens it a
bit
little
of
bit.
water to moisten the skin. And then the salt. His back is turning nice and pink. The blood is coming to the surface. This is a very good treatment to give to people that are depressed. Gives a feeling of euphoria, just a very pleasant feeling afterwards. Very good. Now we're going to let Nick take a shower and get all the salt off, and then we're going to have him rest for about a half an hour.
So, question,
oh, Ryan's not here.
if there is a person who is of darker complexion, because it's easy to know that this, the blood is
Mhm.
coming,
On white people.
Right, so on darker people now, Latinas, Latinos.
I'll show you another video.
Okay,
It's a little bit of a
that's
darker lady, but it is challenging. I understand, but I'm sure you can still see it. If
I
it
mean, it's not like
At
we need to
times-
see it so much.
No.
I mean, if you do that, you know something is happening.
yeah, it's good to see the effect. Though.
But
Go
you
ahead.
can feel it too, you can feel it.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, you probably could. All right, so some cautions.
I just want to point out that this helps with eczema. I wasn't actually looking for you.
But it actually said
It's
some
like
caution.
caution.
Oh, caution.
Don't do it with
Don't
eczema.
do it with eczema. Yeah, just make sure.
Orion, are you with Hussein?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's almost done.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a miscommunication.
You guys are late.
All right,
No.
boys,
No.
want to come sit down? We're almost finished.
What do you guys do?
We're almost
We're
finished.
having
We're
class.
studying. Okay. Please have a seat. Okay, or go up. Do something. All right. So some cautions. Do not give for acute diseases. A pastor went over this. What is an acute disease?
It's one of the early stages of disease.
Early stages. eczema and most other forms of skin disease, you want to be careful, and when chilled. And that's it.
What does chill mean?
Chilled means when you're cold, like you're outside and you're just got back from corporating and your body just kind of like.
I thought it was a disease.
And why wouldn't you do it when you're chilled?
Well, because it said take a hot shower.
Yeah, you want the pores to be open.
That's right.
You want the pores to be
So
open.
when you're chilled, your pores aren't open.
Exactly. It traps in all the heat possible. All right, one more video. This is going to be our last one. Take note of this. This is specifically for women, for young women who want to look beautiful and like we said, cosmetic makeup, they clog the system, they will cause problems. This is a natural way to have natural beauty. Last video.
Praise God for silence.
Amen.
Hello, welcome to Royal Garment. In this video, we will be demonstrating a fun, simple, all-natural skin cleanser. Dermatologists and nutritionists agree that to have a vibrant and healthy skin, you must feed it and treat it well. Visiting these 8 doctors daily will surely keep your body and skin vibrant and healthy. Air, water, sunlight, temperance, exercise, nutrition, rest, and trust in God. Let's begin. You will need about 2 tablespoons of warm water, 1 cup of Epsom salt, and 1 bowl. Take the Epsom salt.
All right, so we already wrote down the ingredients, didn't we?
Yes.
All right, so this is good review.
And pour it into a bowl. Next, add about 2 tablespoons of warm water.
See, I added too much water.
Go ahead and mix it just until you get a crystal thick-like consistency.
It's like snow.
Yeah, it looks like a slush.
Slush, yeah.
Like so.
So you want it to be moist so that it sticks together and sticks to your skin.
Now you can apply it to your face. Go ahead and begin massaging the salt on the skin in circular motions. About this time, you want to start applying just a little pressure when massaging. The crystal salts penetrate deeply into the skin and removes all dirt, oils, and dead skin cells
Her skin is
that
turning red.
often clog our pores.
That's what they're gonna point that out. And she's a darker complexion. Maybe not quite as dark as you, but
And they are even darker.
Remember to also scrub the nose area and its creases, where lots of blackheads and dead skin cells tend to build up.
It's a well done video. Very well done. Especially for adults.
You know that?
I don't personally. I can't see the channel, so I'm not sure.
Now this is what we are looking for. A rosy red tint to appear on the skin. This shows that the blood is flowing to the surface and in the process will produce new, healthy skin cells. We have a little extra salt, so let's see if we can get that rosy red blush back on the skin. It should take up to 2 to 4 minutes to scrub the entire face. And there it is. You can see the blood flowing to the surface. You can continue this salt scrub once or twice a month, depending upon when needed. Now it's time to rinse with warm or room temperature water. Gently pat the skin dry.
The things people do for beauty.
Yeah, that's true.
And there you have it. Glowing, soft, vibrant, fresh skin.
Sure is
You can
fine.
definitely notice how much more even toned her face looks. Instead of clogging your face with creams and makeup that can typically cause side effects, try this with many more to come natural facials. Let's remember, take care of the inside and the outside will take care of itself.
Amen.
For this natural scrub and many more natural remedies, check out our book, Natural Remedies Encyclopedia, at www.royal-garment.com.
You're not supposed to sell that online. That's
No.
strictly for colporteurs, door to door.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, they made a mistake.
it's against their agreement with the publisher. Can you scroll down and see the channel? Who made this?
Royal Garment.
Okay. How many subscribers they have?
They have, well, this one is 82,000 views, subscribers. What
It's
is
the
it?
red button. Yeah.
1.8 thousand.
Thank you.
So it was nicely done. But you get the salt glow, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see the benefits of it as well?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. It is beneficial, and you know, they always washed off the salt right away. My logic would say leave it on for a while, just rest right there, right?
It looks like actually like they let it dry first
Okay.
because it was kind of whitish.
It depends on the patient. It really does.
Okay.
Because if a person has hypertension and high blood pressure, you don't want the salt absorbing into the skin. You want it to draw.
Ah, right.
And
I
so
see.
that's why we didn't do it for my husband, the salt glow. We did the lymph drainage, but we didn't do the salt glow because he definitely couldn't handle salt. He
Okay.
would swell, retain the fluid.
I see. So you would want to bring those things into consideration
Yes.
as you do the salt glow.
Know your patient. and
Know your patients. Yes, that
challenges.
is one thing I mentioned earlier, and that is also very important. Now, after this, as you saw in the first video, you want to rinse off and rest for about half an hour to an hour. Just take a rest. Let the toxins come out. Let the body do its work. And like I said, this is a really good treatment if you're, in general, if you're just cleansing your system, it's really good. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, those videos make me want to have a salt glow.
Yeah, brother.
Are we going to be able to like help each other out?
That's what I'm considering. As I said in the beginning, some of us are shy. When it comes to natural remedies, you have to overcome that shyness and you have to do something. I mean, it requires touching another person. And I know it can be awkward, but you have to do it if you're going to be a medical missionary.
And we could probably
So-
do it on the forearms or something.
Yeah, even just to try it out.
Mhm.
Absolutely. It's a little bit chilly outside right now.
I want to try it.
Yeah, we can do it. And it is best, but like I said, I thought of, just doing it on myself,
Mhm.
but it's better if you can relax while it's being done.
Yeah, it's better to have it in partners. We can
Yeah.
just pair men with men, sisters with sisters.
So I've been on for probably over an hour now,
Definitely.
so we will consider doing that next time.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
So let's have a word of prayer and then we can conclude. Father in heaven, we are so thankful, Lord, for this opportunity And as we have reviewed things, the 8 laws of health, the 8 detectives, along with the simple remedies you have given us in simple plans, Father, help us remember that the simplest things produce the greatest results. And Father, thank you so much for this knowledge you have given us. Help us not to just keep this in our head, but to make it practical. We ask in Jesus' name, be with us now as we take a short break and as we come back. In Jesus' most precious name, amen.
Amen. Willy, can we talk with you? Can I talk with you? Yeah, absolutely.
It's 8:21, be back, or sorry, not 8, 11:21, be back at 11:40. We're going to have our next class. 11:40, everyone. Is it understood? Remember what I said in the beginning, we want to be on time.
Yes.
Go to the bathroom, get a drink of water.
What is the time now?
It's 11:21.
What time is
So
it?
20 minutes. We got about 18-minute break.
So this water has been sitting a while, so it has been absorbing the salt. This is something you want. Maybe a little less.
11:40.
Yeah,
11:40.
So you have 10 minutes.
that makes sense.
20, it's 11:20 now.
And at 11:40?
11:22 now.
18-minute break.
18.
18 minutes from now. Well, it's because it's a rounding up to 20. Would you rather start at 11:42?
There's only one half.
I see didn't finish. Does he want?
Hold on.
Do you need
Oh,
my
how do I
help
get
with
the-
anything?
I
know.
Hold on.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'll be back. Honey. Daddy, may I please go kiss one of the little doggies, try? Daddy, may I please go kiss one of the little doggies? Oh, you just said daddy? Can I go kiss one of the little doggies?
Ask someone else to help you this time.
Oh, yeah.
No. Do not run with that, please. Don't walk so slowly. Wait.
Who plays the piano like that?
I think too.
Tina. It's nice. She does a good job.
It's your piano.
That's a real person playing, by the way, everyone. Oh.
How do you do this though?
Can you please turn live off? Willy,